first learned that Jonah was a diabetic
on May 1st, 2017.
He was really, really thirsty, and he was drinking everything in the house, and he was having to go to the bathroom a lot. And Matthew, my husband, looked at me and said, I think he has diabetes. And I was like, oh, I bet he does. And so, of course, we immediately, the next day, took him to the doctor.
Type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disease in which the pancreas is unable to produce insulin. Thus, carbohydrates are immediately broken down into glucose, blood sugar. The type 1 diabetic, unfortunately, is going to require insulin, and it has to be really closely managed.
In order to keep my blood sugar from getting too high or too low, I take this drug called insulin. I take insulin 4 and sometimes 5 times a day, every day. This insulin, usually, in most people, comes from their pancreas, and it basically excretes it whenever they want, whenever the person is eating. But my pancreas doesn't do that, so I have to insert it into my body manually.
One very important goal that I have is that they become independent and, of course, have the resources, be it me as a school nurse or their parent.
Even though I knew that that was probably what was wrong, hearing it confirmed was really hard. So, that is what it was like the day that I found out that Jonah was diabetic.
I really have to monitor the way I feel, because if my blood sugar gets too high or too low, bad things start to happen. Like, I can go unconscious, my blood can turn acidic, all sorts of bad things. But I can usually tell when these things are happening. Like, when I'm low, I start to get real shaky and stuff.
There are two situations that the diabetic is trying to look at in the course of the day in managing their blood sugar. That would be whether it goes too high or it goes low. In the event that it goes high, we have to monitor the blood sugar to make sure that it's going to come down. The low blood sugar, that's in the event that they need extra calories, carbs, and this type of diabetic needs to keep snacks, ideally something that can give them quick sugar, but you don't want to give too much of that because then you'll have the reverse effect. You'll go high again. So it's really important that they have the right grams.
We have to have sugar-free things on hand, so we have sugar-free syrup and no sugar added applesauce, and Jonah has his own special ice cream. We also have to keep candy on hand in case Jonah gets low, so he gets to hoard candy, and we always try to steal it from him.
A lot has changed since I was diagnosed with diabetes. I have to monitor what I eat more, and I can't really eat whatever I want.
We don't get to eat off his plate anymore because he has to eat everything that's he takes insulin for. And I think that my oldest daughter, Abby, she has been a huge help, and this has probably affected her more than what she will say. One of their band competitions, she would text me a picture. He was taking a nap, and she said I had to shake him to make sure that he was alive. So I know that she's constantly looking out for him.
We have some really good resources that we can have the student and parent get in contact with, and we have excellent hospitals, teaching hospitals in the area in Fort Worth and also in Dallas, Children's and Cook's Children's Hospital. We have the good fortune to have a really good diabetic summer camp, Camp Sweeney, that's located nearby. And that camp provides an opportunity for the diabetic student to interact with other peers who are also diabetic. And a lot of times they will form social relationships, see each other after camp. They may go to movies together or have shopping dates together, those kinds of things. It really is an excellent resource for showing the student that yes, they're diabetic, but it doesn't mean that they can't have a full life and be active and be social, all the while they're trying to maintain their treatment plan.
Jonah used to go to church camp every year, and when we found out he had diabetes, I wasn't comfortable sending him to camp for a week without a medical professional there that could help him if something were to go wrong. And we had been told about Camp Sweeney. It's helped Jonah realize that he can manage it on his own, that he can be active with type 1 diabetes and still live his life. It also helps kids to realize that they're not alone, and the camp is all type 1 diabetics, and so they don't have to feel different or singled out. And so that has that's helped Jonah cope, I think, with what he's going through. It's helped me because it helps me kind of stop being so overprotective. It gives me a chance to realize that he can take care of this by himself.
Being diabetic should not be something that manages the student. The student needs to manage the diabetes.